What's up, gang? It's Monday, January 12th, 2026. Welcome back, listeners. If you listen, welcome back, viewers. If you view, it's episode 13 of Barrels with Breland. I'm your host, Breland Almadova, and I'm repping my new Voida glove. Voida Pro, my 11.75 inch. It's going to be my infield glove for the Cosmic Baseball World Tour. But I'm slowly breaking it in, as you can see a little dirt in there. Always having this. These balls are actually pretty cool, guys, if you've never seen one. Well, it's episode 13. Browse with Breland on the No Filter Network. Thank you, Eric Burns and the No Filter Network, Ohana, for giving me this opportunity to stream this podcast. You can also find it on Spotify and YouTube. So again, thank you very much. Today's theme. And we're back. Sorry, guys. Little connection problem. Oh, my eyes feel weird. I spray painted some furniture and my eyes feel really heavy now. Well, anyways, we're back to it. As a human, but as an athlete primarily, longevity, consistency, and respect for the body is so important. It's so crucial. Okay. Your body is your business. Your body is your brand. Your body tells the story of your life. Professional athletes are performance-based workers. If you don't perform, you won't play. And how you perform is how you get paid. So, how we do all that is by staying healthy, staying in shape, mentally and physically. All right? Availability is more important than your ability. Injuries often come from neglect, not accidents. When you get hurt, there is a neglect somewhere throughout your whole training process. Okay? Recovery, nutrition, and sleep, these three things are part of your training, are the key ingredients to being an elite athlete, to being an elite performer. You don't get paid for potential, even though nowadays you are, because that's when a team drafts you, they're signing your potential. When a team gives you a ton of money, they're signing your potential, because no one can predict the future. So technically, you are getting paid for your potential when you sign any big contract for future years of service. Okay? But what they think they're actually doing is they're paying you in that moment for that contract for your availability. They know you're available, they know you're ready, so that's what they're paying you for. Okay. But ideally, you want the truth. It's you're being paid for your potential. How much do those managers, coaches, scouts, analytic people think? How important do they think? And how much potential and how much success do they think you're going to have in the future? That's what they're paying you on, to be honest, in the professional sports world. For me, I want to say at least 48 ounces of smoothie a day keeps my engines running. I want to say I would love, my main goal is 30,000 steps a day. I'm averaging about 15,000, depending how much pickleball I play and how much baseball training. My off-season training has been a lot of pickleball though. And if you want quick feet, quick movement, get into singles pickleball. You will learn so much about what your body can do in such a short amount of time because of the quick movements, quick change of direction, adjusting your body quickly and using your feet to get to the ball, to make a good strike on the ball and make a good shot. So, I consider myself an elite athlete because this is coming up my 15th season of professional baseball. I like to say professional baseball because I'm getting paid to play baseball. Anytime you get paid to do something, you're doing it as a profession, which means you're a professional, which means you're an expert. So, 15th season coming up, and it's for the Cosmic Glow Emojis, the arch nemesis of the Cosmic Chili Peppers. Glow Emojis won last year's tour. Now we're going to repeat it. But the only way to repeat it is everyone staying healthy. And how do we stay healthy? By doing the little things. How do we become elite? We do things differently. We do things consistently with discipline. Okay? Number one, to be elite. Off season is preparation season. There's no such thing as an off season, at least in my mind. There's no rest, because once you rest, someone is overtaking you. If you're resting, there's no such thing as plateauing, as staying the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. So if you're not doing anything, you're technically gradually going down this way while someone else is gradually going up. Someone's going to pass you because you're not putting in the work. Okay, so there is no off season. You could technically say there's no games, but you can't say it's an off season because year round you have to train in order to perform at your best when season comes around. All right, training is purposeful, not random. Mobility and stability matters as much as strength. So for me, I'm big into yoga during the off season, big into plyometrics. My strength training to gain weight is lifting heavy, 2 to 3 times a week for maybe the first 2-3 months after season ends. Then my last 1 to 2 months will be a lot of mobility, a lot of sprint work, a lot of plyometrics, quick feet. So that's kind of how I've arranged my 5 months pre-season going into season in order to be ready for the season. Did you catch that? Okay. So, number 2, prioritizing recovery. We can't just train without prioritizing recovery, because recovery means sleep, stretching, mobility work, breath work, cold plunges, saunas, red light therapy, anything that helps regulate and recover your body so much faster and quicker. That is recovery. It is something you do for your body to be ready at full potential at 100% the next day. So let's say you did a hard training day today. What are you doing in recovery after that, before the next day, so you can perform at your best the next day of training? That space in between, from that training to the next day training, that space is recovery, which will help you or not help you become the best you can be the next day. Okay? So we need to listen to the body before it breaks. And before it breaks, we're taking preemptive measures. We are finding ways to do things, and we are finding things that create a better, stronger, faster, more secure body in order to perform at our highest potential the next day. So think of a battery. We want to recharge that battery after every training session to back to 100%. And what we do determines how full it gets to. Are we getting back to only 80? Are we getting back to 87? Are we getting back to 95? Or are we getting back all the way to 100? So prioritizing recovery after a long day, or even just a short session but a hard session of training, is so important. 3, the feel. What nutrition? Nutrition, I think that's the most important, because you're not going to put regular unleaded fuel in a Lamborghini. Ooh, that was scary. Okay? You just don't do that. Think of your engine as a horse, as a gorilla, as a car, as the most dominant car ever. They put the premium, most expensive gasoline in that. Horses, they only eat what they know satisfies their muscles. Gorillas, same thing. We're not eating McDonald's. They're not eating processed snacks. Okay. I don't know the quote it is, but Djokovic, the great tennis player, says it was like 7 years, and I think he won the Wimbledon, and he wanted chocolate so badly. And so after he won it, he took a bite of the chocolate, one bite, and that was it. He was like, "I'm done. I'm satisfied," because that's what it takes to be great. That's what it takes to be elite. Is the discipline it took from those 7 years not to have chocolate, and you have one bite, and you're like, "Done. Back to work." That's what elite performers do. It's discipline. So food is fuel, not comfort. Your body is a constant running engine. We need to fuel it properly. Hydration is daily discipline, but hydration means minerals, electrolytes, salts. Substance with water. Water of just water and purified water gives you no important elements of substance that fuels and gives your body nutrition. Okay, so like for me, I do Celtic salt in water if I'm just drinking plain water. Sometimes I add a little turmeric, anti-inflammatory, great. And they say dash in a little black pepper, because it helps absorb the turmeric a lot faster and absorbs more of it. Because most of the time, when you're taking supplements, they're having to be processed through the liver. And so it's taking away a bunch of the. Let's say you take a full turmeric capsule. Imagine it going through your liver and then getting processed and broken down and then absorbed. they say only about half to 25% of that one turmeric pill is actually absorbed. So you're not absorbing the full amount. So that's why the black pepper is crucial. You want to absorb more of it. In my Alkaya product, we're nano emulsifying a bunch of the ingredients, breaking them down into smaller molecules, and it's being 95% absorbed more than your normal supplement. Nano emulsifying is basically a technology that breaks down it breaks down an item more. So let's say we're putting like we're using organic coconut sugar, right? So we're breaking it down into the smallest of particles so that once it enters your mouth, it can go straight into your bloodstream and not have to be processed. Straight into the bloodstream to be absorbed by the body and used right away rather than being processed through the liver and then stored and then used. So that's the cool thing that differentiates Alkaya from all the other supplements is our nano emulsification, which creates more bioavailability of this supplement into your body. Fuels you, hydrates you, recovers you a lot faster. All right, so consistency beats perfection. Consistency and of discipline beats perfection. Your habits create your future. Okay? Elite athletes don't ask how little they can do, they ask how well they can do the basics. Every elite performer, athlete, you ask them, they do the little things right and never get it wrong. They do it right so perfectly and so nonchalantly, like it's so ingrained in them that's why they make the game look so easy, because the basics, the fundamentals, that is your foundation for all of our performance. Without the foundation and the basics, you can never be elite, you can never grow. Because like this analogy, a baby crawls before it walks, before it runs. So it's the same thing. In order to be great, fundamentals: walk, crawl, walk, run. And that's what we need to do as athletes if we're trying to be the best. So having a routine that helps you get into rhythm, and then you can advance into bigger steps or try new things. But without the basics, like for me, a baseball swing, you got to have the basics of a good load, a good stride, a good separation, and good footwork, a good strong base in order to hit the ball. Then once that's down, then you can put your hands, start wherever you want. You can, your starting point is whatever's comfortable to you. But if we don't have the mindset of an approach with the mechanics, with the simple mechanics, we're never going to hit a baseball. So, discipline requires sacrifice. Now we get into sacrifice. In order to be great, you have to sacrifice. Because what I learned from Mr. Wonderful, listen to this podcast, you have signals. You're either 24, there's either signal or noise. Are we signal? Noise. Noise is distraction. Signal is action and doing work. So what Mr. Wonderful said is you want to be about 70-30, 80-20. 70-80 signal of doing work. And then noise is your distraction. So he was saying Elon Musk, 100% signal. That guy doesn't stop working. Elite athletes, I want to say for the most part, like the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Djokovic, Serena Williams, Tom Brady, Mookie Betts. There you go. I had a baseball guy. Probably Ohtani too. Those guys are probably 80+% signal. They're working on their craft daily. They're being aware of what they eat. They're being aware of how they're lifting, what they're lifting, how they're stretching. Okay. And sacrifice means sacrificing their time away from friends, family, trips, vacations. Okay, so we're saying no when others say yes. So when the boys want to go out and have a couple of drinks, we're elite athletes, stay home, get their rest, get their good night's sleep, wake up early, train again. Or they're training late at night, get their rest, train again. All right, so what are you sacrificing? You know, there's a give and take to everything. I wish when I was playing with the Diamondbacks, I sacrificed a little more. But instead, I went out, showed up early to spring training, didn't always have the best days because I was either hungover or too tired. All right, so I didn't sacrifice. And looking back, yes, I could have trained more, showed up earlier, did extra work, but I didn't sacrifice that because I thought going out, meeting people, having fun with the guys was more important than my baseball career, which initially the goal was to make the big leagues, which I know I could have. I know I could have. I absolutely know I could have made the big leagues. But that work that was needed and that sacrifice that was needed wasn't there yet. Mentally, I wasn't there yet. And that's okay, because look at me now. I'm playing entertainment baseball in front of thousands and thousands of fans, sold out stadiums. Everything's okay and everything works out. God guides us in the most mysterious, craziest ways when you look back at things. In the moment, you don't know what the fuck is going on, so that's why you go back to your trust and your faith and just know God's going to find a way. All right, that's how I wish I looked at it then. Now I do. Okay, so we're choosing rest over late nights. We're training when motivation is gone. Even if you don't want to do it, we're doing it anyway. And we're eating for performance, not for pleasure. There's a lot of really, really healthy food out there that we can make it taste really good. Okay, so we can eat for pleasure at the same time we're eating for performance, but it's what we're eating. Are we eating whole foods, single ingredient foods, no processed stuff? When we look at the ingredients on the back, is it one ingredient, two ingredients? Count the ingredients. We're not counting calories, let's count ingredients from now on. More ingredients, more process, more shit for your body. Less ingredients, more healthy, more fuel for your body. Isn't that crazy? Less is more when it comes to nutrition, honestly. All right. Moving on. Longevity over short-term comfort relates to everything that we've said before. Careers are built over years, not weeks. All right. Every day you have to do something in order to have a 15, 20-year career. You can't just show up one day and be like, I'm having a 20, 15-year career. You get hurt within a year, and that's because you didn't put the work in, because you maybe got cocky. Maybe you rely too much on your talent rather than the work ethic that you needed. Okay. Small daily habits compound. Keep stacking days. Every day, just think 1% better. You don't have to be the best right away at something. Work at it every day. Do something different. So if you're in basketball, dribble with your left hand one day. You'll get better slowly but surely with your left hand as you progress every day. Then the next day, you go your right hand. Hitting, we can go hit all right-handed one day. Next day, hit all left-handed if you think it'll become a switch hitter. Do things that will help you get better. Compound them every day while also doing your fundamentals. So do your habits and rituals, then get into other things you're working on. Get into your weaknesses, and that's how you can compound your practices, by doing your weaknesses over and over, while your habits and rituals is what you're doing to keep your strengths, and get them stronger. Okay, so that's how we're compounding. We're stacking days by being disciplined with routine that sets us up for the day. Okay, sets us up for the practice, sets us up for the games. Discipline today prevents regret later. Like me, I regret going out during spring trainings when I could have got great night's rest, wake up at 5, go to practice early, get early hitting in before breakfast started, to show the coaches I wanted to be there and wanted to be the best. You know, those are little things I always think about, because now I do that. I'm doing everything the right way, everything the way I should have done. And that's why I'm at where I'm at today, is because, and that's why I can succeed, is because I'm doing the things I didn't do back then, but I learned. Because unfortunately, if we knew what we knew back then, life would be so much easier. But that's just part of growing, it's part of maturing, it's part of experiencing life. We don't get to know everything right away. We get to live through it, trust God through it, and we build and we grow. Okay. So the goal isn't just to play, it's to last, it's longevity, it's endurance. How much can you endure? Because there's going to be a lot of what's the fucking word? There's going to be a lot of adversity every single day, but how much can you endure and how much can you ignore knowing what the goal is? Because knowing what the goal is helps you in your disciplines and your routines to be better and better every day. Control what we can control. So if you want to be elite, understand your goal, understand what it's going to take, and you need to do it. You can't just think it, we need to act it. We need to think it, we need to say it to ourselves, and we need to act it every day. If you want to be the best, do the best things. Go follow the right people, the best people that do what you want to do. So social media, there's so many people that are elite athletes, performers. Go follow them. See what they do, and you do the same thing. And that's all I've done throughout my career in learning. I will look at specific baseball players of my style and do exactly what they did. I would want to be around the best, the guys that made it in the big leagues. You know, I hit with guys like Howie Kendrick, the big league hitting coach, Kevin Long for the Phillies. I've been around those guys. Kevin Pillar. I've been around those guys. I've trained with those guys. And guys that have made it have always been my role models because they knew what it took to get it, to make it, to be the best. And that's how at 35 I'm trying to do. I want to be the guy that people look up to because I'm still playing, I'm still figuring it out. I'm still out there running around the young guys, not only keeping up but outperforming them and outlasting them. When the young guys are saying they're tired, I'm just getting started. Okay, and a lot of it is a mindset. It's how bad do you want it? That's what I ask myself. How bad do I want it every single day? You know, yes, it's always me versus me every day, but it's also me versus the world because I'm a competitor and I want to be the best. And yes, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday and I'm going to be the best of me every day. But in order to be the best of me every day, I need to compete and keep growing and keep working. How you treat your body today determines how long you get to do what you love. So me, nutrition is most important no matter what. 2, exercise. So strength training, speed and quickness. 3 would be movement. So my yoga, my cycling. I do Aldoa stretching. If you need a great stretch for anything, look up Aldoa stretching on YouTube. Eldoa, Aldoa. I literally strained a quad a year ago. Did my Aldoa stretching every single day for 2 weeks straight, and that quad strain was gone within days though. But I kept doing it because I knew it helped my body. And that's one thing I've been a lot more disciplined on is the stretching part, my flexibility part. Okay. Now I'm going to bed between 9 and 10 o'clock, or at least I'm getting ready for bed. I'm not going out. Less alcohol. There'll be months where I go, oh, man, I didn't even have a sip of alcohol. It just doesn't cross my mind when I'm trying to be the best. When I want to feel good every day, I go to sleep early every day. I eat the right foods, even if it could be boring. It could be beef and rice, beef and potatoes, just something simple, a lot of smoothies, because the right carbohydrates is what we need. Our muscles run on carbohydrates, guys. But understand carbohydrates, the right ones come from fruits, come from things like potatoes, okay? The bad carbohydrates are the processed sugars, the fake sugars that's in our processed food from packaged foods and frozen foods. Okay, we don't want that. We want carbs. Good carbs come from fruits. That's why I last so long. That's why I drink so many smoothies, because I know fruits is what's best for us. 3, I take creatine. Not too much protein. Now I eat my protein with my red meats, chicken. But I don't supplement proteins anymore. I stopped doing that. My body just didn't feel it, so my body processed protein a little differently, especially supplementation wise, and that's what I stopped doing. So, but creatine has helped me perform, recover like the best. Cognitive wise, it's helped. I still have a million thoughts and my mind rambles, but I'm able to, when I do it, I'm able to focus on what I need to do with the task at hand. All right, guys, and then we get to the mental and spiritual part, the mental and spiritual discipline. The body follows the mind. Consistency requires identity, not motivation. Faith helps with patience and delayed gratification. Stewardship mindset, taking care of what God has entrusted to you. So God has given us the privilege, the opportunity to live this life, to do what we want to do. He's given us the choice. And what choices should we make? What choices do you make? What are your goals? You know, when you figure out your goals and you write them down, the best way to do it is have a journal, write down your goals, write down how to attain those goals, and act. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. Start creating habits for yourself that lead towards accomplishing those goals. For me, I just want to, honestly, my goal every day is to be the youngest I can be every day and perform at the best I can every day, whether that be in strength, speed, thinking, creativity. And so those are my goals, and how I do that, I get rest. I eat right. If I don't know what to eat, I make a smoothie. I cook a lot at home. I don't eat out. I don't spend a lot of money eating out. I exercise literally every day. Every day is a strength day, a strength training day. And sometimes we mix in the yoga, the flexibility, the sprint training. But every day, there's no day wasted. 24/7, 7 days a week, I'm lifting every day. It's not 3 on with a day off and 2 on. I'm lifting 7 days a week, guys. I don't care if it's even push-ups and sit-ups. I'm doing some sort of strength endurance strength training. Those are my disciplines for me and my future of wanting a family, wanting to be young for my kids, wanting to be around for my kids and do everything I can for my kids. I want to look like this at 60, at 70, at 80, at 90. I want abs at 100. All right. The only way I'm dying is some freak accident. I'm not dying because of health reasons, sickness, disease, none of that bullshit. Because all that has been more prominent in this world because of lack of nutrition in people, lack of education, of knowing what to eat, and the poisons that have been on our foods and in our air and in our waters. So what you can control is what you eat and the exercise you do, and that's all you can do. Other than that, you can't help all the outside factors of companies spraying stuff. I mean, if you really want to live off the grid, that's the only way to be self-sustainable. You grow your own farm, grow your own food, have your own land in the middle of nowhere. That's the only way. You can be maybe 95% sure there's no poisons in your food. You have your own spring water, your own well. And that might be my goal one day. I've always thought about it. But for now, it's being the healthiest I can be, being the best human I can be, being the best performer, in Cosmic Entertainment Ball and Entertainment Ball in general. And then my other goal that's helping me become the best, healthiest person is playing pickleball as much as I can every day, wanting to be a pro. I know I can do it. It's just a matter of sacrifice, discipline, consistency. It's that simple, guys. Okay? The only way we can do all this is through our faith, through our trust, through our discipline. In closing, guys, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 and 20. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? Therefore, honor God with your bodies. So how do we honor God with our bodies? He gave us one body, one life. He gave us the food for it. He gave us the air, the land. How do we treat our bodies? Fuel. Food is fuel. Food is medicine. So let's treat it right. Let's give it water. Let's give it great air. Let's breathe. Let's eat whole foods, fruits, veggies, grass-fed meats. I mean, literally being healthy is so simple. Just some of us get so lazy and want the comfort food because it feels good. How about we not do what feels good, but we do what's right? Do what's right for the best future you could ever have. Do what's right for the best now you could ever have. Okay? If you want to be elite, it starts with respect. Respect for your body, respect for your craft, and the calling place on your life. Okay? Respect for your life, because you only get one. So if you're not going to do it for your family, for your friends, do it for yourself, because you only get one self. Discipline isn't punishment, it's preparation. Just do the little things right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. January 12th, 2026. Baseball season's right around the corner. NFL playoffs are going on now, so whatever team you guys are rooting on, go for it. Woo woo, go sports. Until then, thank you guys again. This will be posted next week on my Spotify. Episode 12 will be dropping today as well. Spotify and YouTube. You can search Breland Almadova or Almadova 50 at YouTube. Follow my Instagram page, _Smoothie King. If you want to follow my supplement line, social media, it is Alkaya_supplements. www.alkayasupplements.com is our website, and monoliving_health is my monoliving site with all smoothies and juice recipes, fun health facts, some eye-opening fun health facts. So again, thank you guys for joining me. This is Barrels of Breland. We have just concluded episode 13 on the No Filter Network. Guys, keep stacking days. The best is yet to come. God bless.